Hey guys, welcome back to the basement. This is a Machinist tool pick from September 23rd of this year. I ended up, on that day, I ended up going out to deliver some a Vidmar cabinet that I had sold. And I ended up stopping and picking up a small lot of tools at one seller. And was the previous pick, if you guys have been following along. On that same day, I was able to establish contact with another marketplace listing, another seller on Marketplace, who was listing a Kennedy toolbox with contents. It was a small 7-drawer Kennedy, and he was asking $200. And from the photographs, I could see a couple items there that might, hold some promise. But I also thought, 200 might be a little steep, and that he was probably valuing the box a lot more than what I would value it at, only because I don't need any more toolboxes and I don't ship Kennedy boxes. So I got to sell this locally, and I got to keep that in mind when I'm buying. So I ended up calling him and decided that since where I was coming from was only about another 25 minutes away from him, if he was willing to meet me, I would take a look at it and I would give him an offer. He was kind of apprehensive at first because he was concerned that, I might be just wasting his time showing up and asking him, to sell me it for $100 or something like that. So initially he said he wouldn't go down below 175. So I said, well, let me take a look. And I went down, took a look at what he had, and we ended up being able to cut a deal at $150 for this box with its contents. So this might end up being a multi-parter because there's quite a few little gems in this box that I couldn't even see in the photographs. I'm actually pretty pleased with what ended up being in here, and there's probably going to be some stuff that I didn't even notice when I was there looking at it. So let's dive right in. So let's start with the toolbox itself. This is a Kennedy 7-drawer. This is a model 520. It's a pretty popular model. I've had quite a few of these over the years. I've actually got one that's almost mint condition. It's one of the first ones I bought. I'm still kind of holding on to for nostalgia. Quick funny story. The reason why I was really holding on to that box was that was going to be gifted to my son, who started Voc-Tech school, and during his freshman year he went through the machine shop exploratory. He opted for metal fabrication, so now I'm not going to be gifting him that box. I've got plenty of other tools I'm going to gift him. Don't get me wrong. It's not that I'm not going to be generous to him. It's just that I think that box should go to somebody who's going to be a machinist by trade. All right, so handle's in great shape. It's got the original key, which is nice. The front is not all banged up. All right, it's in great shape. Drawers all work nice, and like I said, it's a 7-drawer. The hinge works nice. It's not all rusted like one that I got kind of hosed on. I think that was earlier this year. And what's kind of neat and interesting is that this is an earlier Kennedy toolbox, even though it's in such great shape. You can tell by this earlier style label. The newer ones will have that silver label that doesn't have the little logo with the little guy there. So this is like a this is a Kennedy Kits 520, and I don't even think they use the Kennedy Kits word anymore. So one of the things I didn't know about from the photographs that he had posted was the presence of this Brown and Sharp caliper, because there's actually a second one down here, which is I think the one that I spotted. And then turns out he had 2 of them. So this is a nice, well, let me preface that by saying this was and can still be a very nice Brown and Sharp Model 599 6-inch dial caliper with the black face. What's going on with this one is that the lens is popped off, okay, and this little tiny plastic ring right here is supposed to be down inside there, okay. That gives like a little shadow. I think it actually does 2 jobs. I think it actually helps retain the face, because the face can move, see? And then it also gives almost like a little shadow ring. Makes it a little bit easier to view, I think, maybe. I don't know. but and it hides that little wavy spring. So all this needs is for this to be reinstalled and then a new crystal installed. I'm going to probably safely assume that the reason why this crystal popped out was because due to age it just lost its ability to be retained. Either that or this is the wrong crystal for it altogether. But the important thing to note, to take away from all this, is that this is working perfectly. So this can be fairly easily repaired by somebody. So we got all kinds of stuff here. We got the usual assortment of books. We've got, this will be like my third or fourth one of these I've come across. The Carr Lane Handy Multipliers and Trigonometry Tables for Engineers booklet. These little stare conversion charts, drill tap sizes, hot and cold rolled sheets, gauge weight, gauge thickness. Statistical quality control booklet. If you want a crash course in statistics, I guess you could use that. Tools and rules for precision measuring. The world's greatest tool maker. So, is this a catalog? Oh yeah. Okay, cool. I'll add that to my current go-to catalog, which is this one here. So this is number 28. This must be, because of the size of it, I would assume this is like a supplemental catalog or something. Yeah, they're calling this bulletin number. Issued in 1989, so it's actually, I think it's newer than this catalog. I also have an old Starrett catalog that I only reference occasionally for like when I come across really old discontinued Starrett tools. Here is a nice Brown and Sharp square. It's a model 540 by the looks of it. This is also very nice. This is a large sized Starrett tap wrench. The T-handle tap wrench like this, I think this is the largest size they make. This is a 93C. So I don't know if they made a 93D, but I mean that thing's kind of a moose. So, because I think once you get up, to any taps larger than this, you're going to want the larger tap handle, the tap wrencher, T-handle style. This is also nice, but unfortunately no case for it. This is a 12-inch Mitutoyo dial caliper. A little dirty, otherwise in great shape. Returns to 0. Just needs a little bit of cleanup. I might even invest in see if I can find a case off of eBay cheap enough, because it might be nice enough that it might warrant actually putting out some money there to get a good case for it. Here's what we got here. We've got a Brown and Sharp, North Kingston, Rhode Island, Brown and Sharp micrometer. This is a 5 to 6 inch Brown and Sharp. It feels like it's got the friction lock, but if that's a friction lock, it's bound up. Even if I unscrew this on the end here, so I don't know what the deal is with that. I'm not going to worry about it because I'm not going to keep this one. Just the thousandths mic, 5 to 6 inch. Yeah, it's not carbide. Alright, just the riders. Got an indicator here. What do we have? Oh, that's a cute little that's a nice little Brown and Sharp drop indicator. Boy, that's working perfect. Nice and smooth, not sticking at all. Strong spring in this one. Wonder if somebody changed out the spring in this for some reason. This has been opened. Looks like two original screws, an orphan screw, and a missing screw. So this is not pristine. Is this metric? What the hell am I looking at here? I just realized. No, it's thousandths. It's just interesting the way that they wrote that on the dial on this one. 0.010. I didn't see the decimal at first. I thought this was just 3-digit numbers going around, but yeah, that's nice. I got a thing about indicators. Sometimes I just keep them for myself if they catch my fancy. This is a this is interesting. A little angle gauge somebody made. Jim D made this. Oh, it's a countersink gauge. Okay. Ah, yes. What would we do without, back in the day, what would you do without your scientific calculator to do some trigonometric functions? Oh, nice. Starrett time saver, drill, tap, and steel wire gauge. And that is exactly what's in here. It's not an unpleasant surprise. Oh, so I've had quite a few of these come through my hands over the years. These are typically these are clearly marked, Brown and Sharp, or like Lufkin, and I think they both considered Mighty Mite or Tiny Mite or something like that. This one doesn't appear to have any markings on it. It's also an unusual green color, so I don't know who makes that one. It's just a nice little mag base. Fits in a little, it'll fit tight quarters for you. Pattern files or needle files. Not a heck of a lot else going on there. What is that? Another one of these little indicator arms. This one is also marked Swiss made, so it probably came along with a Best Test or a Tessa or Interrapid or something. This is one of those little clips that goes on a pen. This is a button for the International Association of Machinists and Aerospace Workers. Well, that's cool. So that's a neat little artifact I might have to hold on to. Oh, look at this. Another. Yeah, it's like another lock. Not a genuine Kennedy lock. What's in here looks like a genuine Kennedy. Matter of fact, it definitely is. It's even got a Kennedy key. So I don't know what the deal is with that. We got just a pencil sharpener, a drill bit, and an Allen wrench in this box. But what's this box for? Northwestern. Northwestern what? Northwestern Tools. Alright, it doesn't say what this box is for. We'll have to keep an eye out if something... Oh, a nice thread pitch gauge. I've got one of these in, I think, Starrett, this style. Who makes this one? This one is a Starrett. Yeah, so it's a Starrett 472. I'll just make sure that I've got the same model number and that this isn't some special version or something. More needle files, Allied needle files. Okay, this is probably a taper adapter. It says Bridgeport tapping head adapter. Okay, so they had a Bridgeport tapping head adapter. I mean, they had a Bridgeport tapping head that they must have been using this. It probably had a Morse taper tang on it, and they were using this so that they could use that in the Bridgeport. Here's a nice blade. 12-inch satin chrome Starrett blade, clean as a whistle, and I'm looking at what appears to be the correct 90-degree head, bevel protractor head, and there we go, and the center head. Now these two look like a definite match for each other. That one there, the Japanning or the paint on it looks a little different, so maybe, I don't know. But it's got the right screw on it. See how that little adjustment screw right there is a dead-on match for the other two? So this is all Starrett. Nice little General Hardware number 16 drill point gauge with a built-in protractor. Piece of stone, good for honing your tool bits. High-speed steel end mill. Oh, one of these type of Weldon countersinks. What do they call it? The zero something countersink. Is a loop. Empty. Oh, what's this little tiny thing? Oh yeah. Okay. This is made by Car Lane. I've come across a couple of these. I think I have still a couple laying around here loose. I'm not sure what that's for. Anybody know what that's for? Bet you it's flipping old. Well, whatever it is, guys, I got two of them. Oh, paper wrap. Oh, okay. This kind of pencil. You know, they call it. Anybody remember these pencils, these markers? Anybody still use these? China marker? You just pull this little thing and you unwrap it and it exposes more as you wear it down. It's like a grease pencil, I think, is what they called it back in the day. Just as paper wrapped China markers, but I always thought of them as grease pencils. This is a lens from a old welding helmet. Oh, what do we got here? Best test? Oh, no. Oh, cool. That, I didn't even know that was in there. Wow. What a nice little find that is. It is a, looks like a multiple anvil micrometer. A Brown and Sharp 176. Cool beans. This is kind of cool. I did see this. I thought, oh, I might just keep that for myself. I mean, it's not going to be very valuable, so I might as well. But it's a little portable, stands on its own magnifier. Yeah, that way you can read these little reticle lines, these little division lines here. So it's made in Japan. That's about all I can tell you about it. And it kind of is protected when you fold it up like that. So that's neat. I like that. I'm going to keep that. Here's another. I say another because I've had quite a few. Oh, it's bent. General Hardware number 17. Bevel protractor. Some various pens and nothing to get excited about, but there is a 6-inch satin finish Starrett scale in here, so that's not bad. Don't ask me what's going on here. It looks like somebody TIG welded a dowel pin on top of a dowel pin in a T configuration. And we have another Mitutoyo 12-inch caliper. I don't think I saw this in there. I thought there was only one. Two 12-inch calipers? Wow. Nice. What's in this old case? Oh, another one of these really old. I bet you this is Lufkin because I just had one of these like in one of the previous buys, like 2 buys ago. Yeah, that's an old Lufkin radius gauge set, but it's much larger than the last one. And that is old. Got a little drill chuck key for a drill. We got a little pouch that looks like a Starrett pouch, but it's not. It doesn't have anything in it. Got an inspection mirror. Oh, we got a couple of keys for a master. Well, we got a key for a master lock, a key for something else, and a key for something else. Oh, you know what? This key says Lion on it, so this probably went to an industrial Lion industrial cabinet. The master key obviously is not for the toolbox, but neither is this key. This Lion key looks sort of like the keys that are in this thing. Looks sort of like it, but it doesn't work in this lock. So, whereas this one does. So, okay. So since all 3 of these keys do not fit anything I have, I think we're gonna toss those before I forget about them, and then they end up laying around, and then I come across them, you know, weeks later and have no idea what they go to, and then I can't throw them out because I don't know what they go to, and I'm worried that, you know, as soon as I throw them out, then it's gonna, whatever it is, it's gonna surface, rear its ugly head, be all locked on me. I don't know what the hell that is. The heck is that thing? Give you a good look at it. Those of you inquisitive minds out there. I wonder if this is like a tiny chamber for a very small flux capacitor. Wow. The heck is that? Probably never know unless one of you guys tell me. Oh, this is a nice, well, this is a ring. this is a Starrett 25R contact point set, but it's missing a lot of the points. But there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, there's 7 here actually, so it's not that bad. And it also has this one that has the built-in like shock absorber to it. I forgot what the part number is for that. These are like crazy expensive when they're complete. I mean, I just had one of these come in complete, and I had one already, so I sold the other one with the box, and I think I put it up for like $45, and I could have sold that 10 times. A lot of interest in it. So I'll set that aside because maybe we'll get lucky and we'll start finding some more points in here that go to that. I know you probably won't. Why does he keep putting that down? So, because it feels heavy, and I'm kind of excited what might be in there. The Starrett book for student machinists. I've never seen this before. That's kind of interesting. So it's kind of like a tool catalog, but it also gives you instructions on how to use it and do certain calculations. That's cool. Oh. Be some nice nighttime reading. All right. What do you think, guys? Do you think there's something really good in here, or do you think he just kind of threw some stuff in here and that's heavy and made it heavy? Because there's no markings on the box, so I can't tell you who makes what's in here. 1, 2, 3 blocks. Okay. All right. They fit in there nice. They're marked Japan. I've seen some early Mitutoyo boxes that look like this. Does anybody know, did Mitutoyo actually make 1, 2, 3 blocks at some point? Looks like there might have been a sticker or something here maybe at one point that came off. I don't know. All right, I think we're going to call that the end of part 1, and we'll stop there. So when we come back in part 2, we'll start going through the draws.